Hello everyone, welcome back or welcome to my channel. My name is Kenzie and today I'm going to be taking you on a little day in my life as I work on edits for my adult fantasy novel Project Calliope. It is currently January 7th, it is almost 12, so I haven't quite started writing yet, but I'm really excited to jump into it for the day. Last night I did a little writing session right before I went to bed and it went really good, so I'm really excited to jump back into the story and just continue working on it and chipping away at this. I've been having so much fun every time I've been able to write for the last couple sessions, so really excited to make some more progress on this. I am currently working on draft 3 of this novel, kind of developmental edits right now, and then I'm planning to do a 4th draft after this one of more line level edits, hoping to finish this draft by the end of the month. Let me go grab my tracker real fast. Okay, so this is my tracker in my bullet journal for the rest of my novel. I just have a little bubble for each of the chapters in the book. This one is blank because I added one too many bubbles, but I'm just filling in each little bubble as I complete chapters. I don't know, it's been a fun way to track my progress and kind of visually keep myself accountable and on track, remind myself of where I'm at and where I still have to go. I've been having fun with this. I'm excited to keep working on it and finally get to the last one. I think that'll be really exciting. I think I'm gonna start things off with doing a little bit of journaling. I need to update my bullet journal and then I might do some reading. This year I'm trying to do a lot more intentional reading. I still want to have like fun reading where I just pick up whatever I feel like reading at the moment, but I also really want to do kind of more intentional reading that will inform my writing, because I think one of the best practices that you can do as a writer is to read a lot. That's been a focus of mine this year, so I think I'm going to start off with some journaling and some reading, and then I will be ready to get into writing. I've been writing for about 30 minutes and it's going good so far. I've written 527 words and I think I've got a good chunk done on the chapter that I'm currently working on. I definitely want to keep writing tonight. I'm feeling motivated and determined to keep up the momentum with this, so I do want to keep working, but I also think I might take a little break for a bit. I don't know how long. It might be a little bit. I will let you know because I don't know yet. Bye bye. So you might be noticing in these clips that I'm not working on Project Calliope. What I'm actually working on here is some brainstorming / very loose free outlining work for my other upcoming novel project, which I call Project Saint. You may have heard me talk about this one before if you've seen my other videos, but basically Project Saint is the novel I want to work on while Calliope is in the querying trenches, because from what I know about the querying process, one of the best things you can do for yourself is to start something new. So I'm planning ahead, and I've already decided that Saint will be that next project for me. But Calliope isn't near ready to query, so why am I working on Saint now? On the day that I recorded these clips, I started having some problems with Calliope. Or maybe not started having, but they just resurfaced very intensely. And I'm still dealing with these issues, so I'm not really sure what even to call them. I don't know if it's imposter syndrome or if I'm having some kind of terrible realization about Calliope. I just don't know. But basically, my problem is that I feel like this novel just isn't working. I don't know if it's compelling. I don't know if it would ever get picked up by an agent, let alone by a publisher, for a multitude of reasons, one of which being that I envision this as a duology, and series are very, very hard to sell as a debut author. I don't know if it's even a good book. I'm starting to doubt whether this story is actually a good one, or if I'm just so attached to the idea of it that I can't see my own work clearly. That's why I don't know how true, I guess, this problem is. This could very well be imposter syndrome, because I'm getting closer to the point of this being a queryable book, and maybe that's just activating my self-doubt. But another part of me believes that all of my worries are true, and that there really are this many problems with the book. So I should just give up on it. It's probably a mix of both. That's why I decided to pick up Saint in these clips. I just couldn't bring myself to open my manuscript, so instead I sat down with some index cards and I started working on the bones of Project Saint again. This project is a complex one, so it's taken numerous rounds of adjusting to get closer to what I want this novel to be, which is why I keep starting and stopping my outlines for it. At the end of the day, Project Saint, despite its current problems and the complexity of it, is what I believe to be a stronger novel than Project Calliope, and that worries me. I'm inching closer to having Calliope ready to query, but if I'm not even sure if it's a good book, and I have this other book that I believe is stronger and that I think lacks a lot of the problems that Calliope has, should I just start over? Should I switch gears and jump ship to start working on Saint instead? Really, these are just worries. I don't think I'm gonna give up on Calliope, at least not yet. Even if I have my doubts, I think I'll give querying a shot and just see what happens. But I do want to be upfront about these struggles, because I think imposter syndrome is such a common problem for creative people like writers to face, and I keep facing it. First, it was Project Mutiny, which I wrote 2 really bad drafts of and now have no plans to continue working on. And then it was June, which I really do want to keep working on, but I just don't feel like it's the right time for that project. And then it was Dragons, which I also gave up on, and now Calliope. I think I'm at a point with my writing where I just have to commit. I have to choose to stick to a project through at least querying. Otherwise, I'm just gonna be in this cycle forever of starting things, getting in my head about them, and then giving up. I might keep turning back to Project Saint as a form of comfort / productive procrastination for the time being. Sometimes you just need that, but I do plan to at least try committing to Calliope, despite my fears about it, because there's no possible way for me to know what's going to come of this book until I give it a shot. Sorry for the shorter vlog this week. I promise the next one will be a little bit longer and it'll have more updates. I just wanted to give more of a discussion on the feelings that I've been facing, so I hope that's okay, and hopefully it's helpful to someone. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that your writing is going wonderfully, and I really appreciate you being here. Bye.